What's up, YouTube? Bordo here. So back with part 2 of the Prodigal Son story. So the first part we talked about a little bit about the first son, how he took his father's his share of his father's estate and squandered it on women and money, or in booze and food and parties, and how he was at the end of his rope, feeding the hogs and starving to death, and how he came back, and his father was willing to celebrate. He didn't want that. He just wanted to be a hired hand on his father's farm, but his father welcomed him back with open arms. Shared a little bit of my testimony, kind of how I felt like I was a prodigal. I am a prodigal, but I kind of want to take a look at the second son. I think he's a very interesting character in this parable, and I think he speaks to a second sect of people that I think we should pay attention to, and I think that's why Jesus included this in his parable. So let's see what the second son did. Now his older son was in the field. As he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he summoned one of the servants, questioning what these things meant. "Your brother is here," he told him, "and your father has slaughtered the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound." Then he became angry and didn't want to go in. So his father came out and pleaded with him. But he replied to his father, "Look, I have been slaving many years for you, and I have never disobeyed your orders, yet you never gave me a goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when his son of yours came, who devoured your assets with prostitutes, you slaughtered the fattened calf for him?" There's another paragraph in there, but I'm going to leave that till we get to the third part, talking about the father, and how I think he plays into this parable. But I think that second son sends a good message to a lot of people. You can see in the story, he wasn't happy his brother had returned after who knows how long. He was very angry. He was very angry at the way he was welcomed back. He wasn't met with punishment. He wasn't met with vengeance from his father. The good son that had done everything was very jealous, point blank, that here he had been a good son, done everything he had asked, and he got no praise for it. Yet this other son, who was out being very frivolous, got a grand old time. And so I think, I can't speak exactly what I think Jesus was trying to say, but my opinion is I think he's speaking to a problem that we see in and amongst different churches of religious legalism, of hypocrisy, so to speak, a form of hypocrisy. I don't want to say the religious are hypocrites, but we don't know what phase of our walk that our brothers are on. So we can only look at our own walk and where we stand with Jesus. So you could be an individual who has never missed for 10 years on Sunday. Every day you're in the pew, you're praying, you're singing, you're worshiping the Lord, and here comes a recovering drug addict who was in the pew for the first time. Maybe he stole something from you. Maybe you could paint this picture. He is welcome at the same table as the righteous one that has been not missed for 10 years. In fact, there are a lot of parables, and I'll touch on that a little bit on the third, but there's a lot of parables indicating how much joy is received over the repentant one. And I had watched a video a while back saying, if you view your faith and your walk with Jesus not so much as a walk but as a climb, if you're on a ladder, you might be on the 100th rung getting towards Jesus, and there could be a guy that just got on the first rung, and he's no better or no worse than you are. The important thing and the joyous thing is he is on the ladder. And I think that's what that second son is kind of indicating. And Jesus has some strong words throughout the New Testament for people that pride themselves in outward appearances and what they do, and seeking recognition. The Pharisees or the high priests, he warned against them in several places, but in one in particular he said, "Beware of the scribes who want to go around in long robes and want greetings in the marketplaces, the best seats in the synagogues, and places of honor at banquets. They devour widows' houses and say long prayers just for show. They will receive harsher judgment." So, that's just one of many that Jesus spoke about, and I'm not saying that the Son was like that. He probably wasn't working for show. He was doing it because he felt that was his job as a good son. But I guess the point is we need to show compassion. We need to be welcoming of anybody who wants to sit at the table of Christ, and regardless of what their walk is, welcome them with open arms. There's more room at the banquet. Pull up a chair, talk to somebody about Christ, regardless of what walk where you're at in your walk. So that's all I wanted to touch on now. Is where I think that son is, and if you have a different interpretation of what you think he meant there, leave it down below, leave it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I certainly welcome any sort of discussion that's good and constructive. So that's really all I got today, guys. So if you like the video, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'll try to post more frequently. I know I was away for a little bit, but I'm going to continue to try to post a little bit more frequently, and we'll just go from there. We'll talk to you guys later. Jesus loves you. I love you guys too.